This is Matrix Lord 212, and I'm reviewing Absolute Carnage Symbiote Spider-Man #1. Alright, so this is the first Absolute Carnage tie-in book that I can't stand. Okay? This is a gimmick, has nothing to do with Spider-Man at all, doesn't even appear, false advertisement, and it was a total friggin' waste to spend $5. Not even worth $5. And I just, for the life of me, I'm trying to figure out why the hell a mini-series would become an extra book for Symbiote Spider-Man for Absolute Carnage. This was garbage. And another thing that is annoying the crap out of me is that it's from one of my favorite writers too, Peter David, which I don't understand what's happening here, because I'm reading this and I'm like, okay, he just copied off Falling Down, which is Michael Douglas's movie, where this lady is flipping out because it's past time for breakfast. So he just copied that whole scene, but with this woman. It starts off where the symbiote that freed itself from the Fantastic Four's lab, basically they're saying that the symbiote went to this guy who was a tourist, and he swung throughout the city, whatever, and then he dumped him, and it left a codex inside of him, a piece of the symbiote. And the guy wasn't affected. He had amnesia. He didn't know what happened. He thought he got mugged. He was a judge, and he was divorced, and he was just walking around in New York, and he had a son who ate junk food, and, his ex-wife was, a beast to him, and all that stuff. And it turns out he goes to this, they go to eat, and this lady's flipping out, attacking cops. She has, super strength, beating people up, and because she missed breakfast. And then he's the judge that's presiding over her, which he was a witness to, and which I don't really think that's legal. I don't know where they got that from, where if a judge was a witness to stuff, he wouldn't be the judge that was in that situation. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, we'll let that go, and he sentenced her without bail. She gets out, and she goes to his house, and she pulls a gun on him and his son. And it turns out it's a fake gun, bang. But the kid starts screaming in pain, the adult, the son. And it turns out he had a bad heart because he was eating junk food, all that stuff. So he had a heart attack, and he was dying. And then she had the powers of electricity, so she was trying to revive him. He still died. So then they capture her again, and they have a different judge presiding over her, which, again, that's craziness in itself. And then he has a gun that he got from his ex-wife, and he goes to shoot her in the courtroom with all the cops, which is really dumb. And, the guy grabs him, and he knocks his hand, and the judge shoots an innocent person and kills him. So then he goes to jail for, life almost, whatever. And now it's so many years later that they're presiding on him, and he's depressed and done, and whatever, his life is done. His kid is, he had to bury his kid. His ex-wife is driving him nuts, and now he went to do something stupid. That he was always a judge, and he was always lawful. Now he went to do an unlawful thing and become a criminal, and he pleads guilty, and he gets beat up every day in prison, and it's just morbid, and it has nothing to do with Symbiote Spider-Man, by the way. And Marvel's been doing this. This is the third or fourth book lately that they just false advertise a name. Has nothing to do with Symbiote Spider-Man, but they did this again, and so now they're trying to see if he's eligible for parole. He talks about his story, goes back to the cell, and there is that woman that was the cause of all his misery. Her name is the White Rabbit. And just a note, when the guy shot an innocent person, she was able to escape with this robot, the White Rabbit. She's a supervillain of Spider-Man's. So she, turns out, is a cellmate of his. He didn't even know. And she's taunting him, and he's flipping out, miserable. And then all of a sudden, Carnage shows up, and he says that, he has to take him because there's a codex inside of him, and he needs to reclaim it, and he has to kill him. And the guy's thank God. And then Carnage is yeah, you can pray to your God. And he kills him, absorbs him, which, again, the story is pointless. And then the White Rabbit's oh, I'm going to throw up. And it's just A waste of a book. A disgrace. Garbage. And again, look, they're getting you to spend $5 a book, right? And they're getting you to buy 7 books, 10 books a month. This is the first book. Yeah, I would yawn too. This is the first book that was a waste of my time and total garbage and unnecessary. All right? So I don't even know if I'm going to get Symbiote Spider-Man now because I'm pissed off. So that's it. Garbage. Take care. Bye for now.